So CES 2025 is going on, and JBL has announced the new JBL Partybox 520, and they also announced the Partybox Encore 2 and the JBL Partybox Encore 2 Essential. Now, the JBL Partybox 520 is a souped-up Partybox 320 that also has a built-in light feature. So let's see what the JBL Partybox 520 is all about. Let's see where the Partybox 520 lands in JBL's ever-growing Partybox lineup. Let's see if you should wait for the Partybox 520, and if you're someone that took advantage of the huge JBL Partybox 320 sale over the holidays, should you return your Partybox 320? And also, let's talk about the Encore 2 as well. So first, there's pricing and availability. The Partybox 520, Partybox Encore 2, and the Partybox Encore 2 Essential are all supposed to be released in June of 2025. The Partybox 520 has a retail price of $800, ouch. The Partybox Encore 2 has a retail price of $400, and the Partybox Encore Essential 2 has a retail price of $300. Now, we're going to break down all of these speakers, but if you want to pick any of these speakers up, they'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And if you want to further support the channel, then check out our affiliate partner, Coinbase. I have been exclusively using Coinbase for the last 5+ years to invest in crypto, and I have had zero issues with them. And if you sign up by using the link down below, you can get up to $200 in crypto. Coinbase makes it very easy for you to buy crypto like Bitcoin, Ether, Solana, and so on, and you can now use Apple Pay. Again, thank you to our affiliate partner, and sign up by using the link down below to get up to $200 in crypto. So first, there's the Partybox 520. Looks-wise, the Partybox 520 looks identical to the Partybox 320, except it is going to be larger. It's got the same dual light rings on the front, built-in LED stars, and light rails on both the top and bottom, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have floor lights like with the Partybox Ultimate, and I do feel that's unfortunate because I really like floor lights. The 520 also has the same speaker setup as the 320, with dual front amplifier woofers and dual front amplifying tweeters, except larger, and it does seem to have larger wheels like with both the 320 and 710, and it does seem to have an upgraded retractable handle, and I'm willing to bet that it has the same control panel up top just like with the Partybox 320. But here's the big news. The Partybox 520 does have a built-in battery, and just like with the 320 and 120, the battery is removable. Now, this is a big deal because a lot of people, including myself, have been asking for a battery-powered speaker that's a little larger than the 320, and the 520 slots right between the 320 and the 710. Because performance-wise, the Partybox 520 has a max output of 400 watts, whereas the 320 has a max output of 240 watts, and the 710 has a max output of 800 watts. Now, these max outputs for the 320 and 520 is with these speakers playing while they're plugged in, but what all of this means is that the 520 is going to be noticeably louder than the 320, but the Partybox 710 is still going to be way louder than the 520. But I think that's perfectly fine because the 710 does still seem to be larger, and it can only be used while it's plugged in. But when it comes to the battery life on the 520, this speaker has an advertised battery life of 15 hours. Now, JBL hasn't stated the size of the battery on the 520, but I'm willing to bet that it's using the same battery pack as both the Partybox 320 and the JBL Extreme 4. So with the 520, you are going to get a louder speaker than the 320, but you are going to have to sacrifice some battery life because the 320 does have an advertised battery life of 18 hours. But the good thing about JBL's new Partybox speakers is that you can get multiple batteries and just swap them out and keep the party going. But here's the really fun part, and I think that this means JBL has been watching my videos even though they don't want to admit it, but when it comes to ports, the 520 is said to have USB-C ports so they can charge your own devices and use them as a wired connection. Finally, and it's also said to be using XLR inputs, and given JBL's new Partybox wireless microphones, I'm willing to bet that the 520 is using XLR and quarter-inch combo inputs, just like with a Soundbox and their Soundbox 4 and Soundbox 3, making the 520 a much better option for DJs that want to connect a mixer to their speaker. Because like I said with the Partybox Ultimate, I think it's a crime that the Partybox Ultimate does not have XLR inputs, just given the Ultimate's size, performance, and price. So overall, I am very excited for the JBL Partybox 520. This is a larger battery-powered party box that's going to offer you more sound than the 320. However, you are going to have to pay a lot more for it. Personally, I feel that if you already have the Partybox 320 and if it's serving you fine, there's no need to upgrade because the 320 is great for like a 20-person party or even more. And if you're looking for something for a more commercial application, then you still might want to go with the Partybox 710 because it is going to get way louder and is going to have more bass than the 520. But if you do plan on connecting a mixer to your party box, then you do want to wait for the 520. But then there are the Partybox Encore 2 and the Partybox Encore Essential 2. Now, the difference between the Encore 2 and the Encore Essential 2 is that the Encore 2, which has a retail price of $400, has your RGB light bars on the top and bottom, whereas the Encore Essential 2, which has a retail price of $300, just has an LED strobe light on the front, but they both have the same light ring around their woofer. The main difference between the Encore 2 and the Encore Essential 2 is that the more expensive Encore 2 comes with two wireless JBL microphones, which when sold separately are $150. But from a performance standpoint, both of these speakers have the same max output of 100 watts, just like with the original Encore. And it seems like they both have the same quarter-inch inputs as the original Encore. There's no mention of XLR inputs like with the Partybox 520 or USB-C ports for charging. But the big performance upgrade on these two Encore 2s is their battery life. They both have an advertised battery life of 15 hours and their batteries are also removable. And this is huge news because the original Encore has an advertised battery life of just 6 hours. And I'm willing to bet that these new Encore 2s are using the same batteries as the ones found on the Partybox 120. So if you already have an Encore, or if you need something with an Encore-like form factor, I do think that it's worth upgrading or waiting for the Encore 2. But personally, I still think that the Encore is a very niche form factor, and for the price, I would much rather recommend the Partybox 120. Your music is going to get a lot louder, you're going to have a lot more bass, and I feel that the 120 is small enough to easily take it on the go with you, and is still relatively easy to store. But overall, JBL has announced a few other speakers and headphones, but the Partybox 520 and the Encore 2 are the most exciting ones here. Unfortunately, there was no Partybox 720 or Charge 6, because I do feel that those are due for an upgrade as well. Again, I feel that if you're looking at the Partybox Encore 2, I think you're better off just upgrading to the Partybox 120 today. But the Partybox 520 looks very exciting because it's larger, louder, and JBL is finally adding XLR and USB-C to their box speakers. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.